Today we'll be reviewing a run from Bronze 4 MMR, SoloQ, defending Nature and Bushranger on Coastline. Subtitles are available. I'm no longer accepting rounds because college started. One round is left to be reviewed. In the round reviews, I'm not going to talk about the mechanical skills, like potatoing people or drones, or similar stuff like that, because that's simply not the point of the video. It's more to talk about technical issues. With that being said, let's get going. You were insecure which objective to pick and simply followed the first person's vote while there was one that picked actually lingerie in games. Nature is considered as the worst objective in the map, and since most people in the lower ranks simply follows up the first person's vote or the majority of the vote, you will get the worst side to defend. What is even worse is that one person voted for arguably the best side to defend, games on lingerie, and it was tied 1 to 1. However, since you and the rest of the crew jumped on the technically the worst objective to defend, sadly, you will be defending it. This is a huge issue in lower ranks. There is the option no vote for a reason. Do not vote for an objective if you don't know which to pick. There is 75% that you will pick the wrong side. Also, I can see in the comment section that people will think that your team maybe tried to throw enemy team off guard, then you will do that by picking the store and not objective under the best objective. During the preparation phase, how nature should be held is usually by having top floor control, as you can deny both objectives as well as the connector and the hallways by the objective from above. I will also recommend opening the hatch that you can see on the right side. In the in-game clip you will reinforce it. So if in troubles, your top floor people can rotate through the hatch. There should be a rotation between sides, so even if attackers get the top floor control, they still won't be able to deny your rotation between the sides. Also, from above, you can deny the connector window very easily. So yeah, have a top floor control with both hatches being opened. Also, use the utility upstairs. If you pick Frost, and you will use just one welcome mat and one reinforcement during the whole preparation phase, you should consider prioritizing your stuff during the preparation phase. In every single review so far, I have mentioned, plan your round. Plan on where you will use your utility or where you will go. That's a huge thing to do, else you will have 2 welcome mats left, a bulletproof camera left, and a reinforcement left in the first minute of the match. Also, doing the most of the year round, your movement is really bad. You always want to have your crosshair, usually, of hipfire and ADS placement by the head level, and never ever go to the leg level. For the most of the round, you'll be running whilst watching the floor, which can cost your life later on, because of the transition of watching the floor to the ADSing at the head level. I recommended this welcome at in the video, but I also recommend to do it immediately after the preparation phase. Currently, you're 18 seconds inside of the action phase, and you're too exposed. So yeah, place your outside stuff immediately after the preparation phase, especially if you will be detected. Also, don't barricade this window, because you want attackers to aim at the open window as there is a welcome mat on the top of the stairs. If they are nervous about the open window, they will more likely step into your welcome mat, whereas if it is closed, that is another angle not to worry about as an attacker. Also, you have passed through this hedge already one time, talking about the planning stuff. You have reinforced both hatches. That means if a roam clear happens, it won't happen in the bronze and copper MMR most likely. You will have to face attackers, and you won't be able to drop down with problems. Imagine being jackaled, or called by the cabbie, or line scanned. What can you do against these attackers? Well, you have to play aggressive onto them, because you cannot retreat back to the site, and that's a huge disadvantage for you. That is building up bad habits. In case you are planning to escape copper hell, you should not do something that works just against bad team. Unless you're aware of that, it only works because of the worst players. But again, reinforcing hatches won't help your team, because these hatches are not about the site, but mostly against the routes that attackers might push. So basically, you're helping attackers by reinforcing them. Also, I'm sure that the bulletproof camera could be placed in a more hot area, like over here. You will go for the rook armor, so sometimes if you forget it, simply don't take it. Keep the mech control rather than having a rook armor. Your teammates are on the side. You should now definitely go off the side. Bunkering yourself in a side is not an option. If attackers again started to attack vertically, the round will be lost. I'm happy that you would like to use your utility, but don't you think that it's a bit too exposed? What will happen if there was actually someone holding that door? Well, you guessed correctly, you will die. When you want to face scan a room, you want to be in ADS mode and do it as quick as possible. If there was an attacker holding an angle on you, you will be shot whilst you're trying to go into ADS mode.
Yeah, he's still right by the ball.
Also, you're really struggling to find the welcome mat placement, and I'm again wondering, why would you pick Frost if you don't know where to place your traps? Usually, it's better off not to move right to the light than holding an angle, because A, that way you're not holding an angle, but becoming more and less exposed, and B, you're making sound that you're there. And again, the same thing happened, moving left to the right.
Sophie on ping.
Crosshair placement. To be fair, I blame your teammates' call about Zofia on the ping. That call should be Zofia crouching on the ping. Don't lean on the right side if you're about to be peeked from the left side. Your target will be less visible, whereas you are way more visible to him, and you will die. After you die, I will recommend going to the cameras. Speaking of the cameras, for the whole round, you have not checked the single camera. A destroyed camera or a camera that is a lie that doesn't show anything means still a lot and gives loads of information. Tip for your teammate. In 1 versus X situation, don't call what someone should do. Let him sound whore and let him play the game. Also, FMG, Pepe Hands. Basically, your teammate was constantly talking. The ending sound of the room makes it even worse. Your smoke player literally cannot hear anything. This critique is not aimed at you, by the way, and we are done with the clip. This is a great example of a round that you have actually won but made loads of technical mistakes. First, we're reinforcing wrong hatches, playing on the wrong positions, like bunkering yourself and doing wrong plays. No one roaming whereas you're able to start roam. Very low gadget investment. Gadgets, both primary and secondary gadgets, are there to help your team, and much more. Keep in mind that I have not talked about some other stuff which I found that someone still in the relative lower MMR does not need to know, such as Team's angle as I had talking in the Ultimate Angles guide video. There were a couple more things, so if you are really interested in it, feel free to drop me a Discord message or the message on the Reddit. Also, I think I have given you enough of stuff that you can now improve on. In conclusion, plan your round. You have literally wasted your preparation phase. Don't pick a side if you don't know which side to play. Try always to have some roamers around the site. Bunkering yourself is usually a bad thing. For some sides it's okay to have a 5-man hold anchor. Also, be aware of your surroundings, and please, pick operators with which you know how to play. Picking Frost to use just one welcome mat, and later on second which could cost your life is not a good idea. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any feedback, let me know down in the comment section below. If you would like to support me, drop me a like, subscribe, and click the notification bell to get all notifications on my channel. Make sure to join my Discord server and to follow me on Twitter.